What's up, guys? It's me again, your boy, Autistic Voice. Today I have a special message to not only the active and reserve military, but to law enforcement as well. And by law enforcement, I mean local, state, and federal. And, for a good while, I preached on several of my previous videos that it would not be the military that the people had to worry about in a situation such as this, or 1984, or whatever you want to call it. It would be the police. However, after looking at the Los Angeles riots, it turned out to be just the opposite. The National Guard, along with ICE, admittingly, federal law enforcement, fell in line. However, the local police department, the LAPD, said, nope, we aren't doing this. So good on the LAPD. And when I say good on the police, that takes a lot. Trust me. I am autistic, and I am about 16 times more likely to be killed by the police than a regular person. That being said is, kudos to the LAPD. Good job, guys. And I mean that. What you did by standing up to Donald Trump was absolutely, and his regime is absolutely heroic. Nothing short of that. I wish every police department could be like yours. Anyway, a message to the military and law enforcement. Okay, guys, the ball really is in your court. You're in a position to really stop the Trump regime in its tracks. I'm not. Know this. A tyrant without an army is just a loud voice. A loud, obnoxious voice that we can all laugh at. However, when they do have armies and enforcers, they can cause a whole lot of damage. The history books are full of genocides and things like that, and other horrible things. And those were all done by tyrants who had the military and law enforcement on their side. If you choose not to obey orders, that's the tyrant cannot function, and that tyrant in this case is Trump. You see, let me fill you in on something. Particularly the military. I don't know who you are. I don't know what branch of service you're in, and I don't know what your MOS is. But I do know that you took an oath to support and defend the U.S. Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And keep that in mind. Enemies can be domestic. And I know you also took an oath to obey the orders of the president and all the officers appointed over you. That creates a little conundrum when the president goes against the Constitution, doesn't it? But understand this. Trump has said himself that he wants to be a dictator. He has also proclaimed himself a king. And you don't take my word for it. Do not. Look it up. He said these things. Do not, like I said, do not take my word for it. Look it up yourself. I'm not bullshitting you. Anyway, I understand that even if it is against the Constitution, even if I know you're obligated to not obey unlawful orders, it's not only a right but an obligation. However, I can understand your position. I mean, you could, right or wrong, you could face a court-martial for not obeying orders. However, do not think you'll be in the clear forever if you do obey orders, because that I was just following the orders excuse didn't work out for anybody at Nuremberg. And, I have been told by several cops that ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Well, that's true for everyone. I've been told that, and now you're being told. I forget how to say it in Latin, but they say ignorance of the law excuses no one. People speak in Latin when they want to sound really fancy. But anyway, but you see, the thing is understand this: our country, all of the United States, was founded by a rebellion. People that wouldn't just sit around and do what they were told. I mean, think about it. In the annals of history, would you like to be remembered as a Marcus Crassus, a Edward the First, a George the Third, or an Adolf Hitler? Or would you rather be remembered as a Spartacus, a William Wallace, a George Washington, or any of these other heroic rebels we honor and will continue to honor forever and ever and ever and ever? Do not use the law as your moral compass, people. I highly advise against that. If you are like that, damn, Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Mao Zedong, Kim Jong-un, they would have loved you, you know? And because I've met several people who basically use the law as their moral compass, and Nazis, communists, whoever, they wish everybody was like that. And, but anyway, the ball is in your court. You can make a difference. You can defend the Constitution, or you can serve Trump. You can't do both. And I understand it would be a great personal risk on your part. But since when has I know, it's like not to defend the Constitution because you might get hurt or killed. When has that been a policy of the U.S. military? And Donald Trump is a criminal to law enforcement. And by the way, law enforcement, Donald Trump is a criminal. And he sicked a whole bunch of his supporters on you on January the 6th. And I know a lot of them were hitting them with thin blue line flags, but this world has just gotten very crazy. Now, like I said, the ball is in your court. You can make a difference if you can stand with the people or you can stand with the Trump regime. You can't do both. Think for yourselves. I know you've been indoctrinated since day one to obey orders and follow the law. And I know a lot of you thinking, it's the law of the land. Well, that does not make it right. I highly suggest, in closing, I suggest this to you. Think about how people are going to view your actions, 50, 30, or even 10 years down the road. That's a really important question to ask yourself. I do it every day. And I'm on the right side of history. And if you're a Trump supporter, it's not too late to join my side. It really isn't. You can change, and you can fight for what's right. And to anyone, military, law enforcement, or civilian who voted for Trump for once, twice, or even 3 times, and you see the error that you've made, and want to help people like me, all I gotta say to you is, welcome to the fight for freedom. We're glad to I for one am glad to have you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be good, y'all. Peace.